All right, so as you probably know, we haven't been recording in a while because of what happened last Sunday. Kobe and Gigi and the rest of the seven people on the helicopter were killed, and it was just so shocking to us. My sister called me, and I thought it was a really really bad joke. To be honest with you, and I don't even know what to say at this point. I'm still trying to process the whole thing. I'm still trying to figure it out in my head. My family was or is kind of cut down the line. Half of them think that LeBron is the greatest. Half of them think that, Justin thinks that Kobe, was the greatest. He idolized this guy. Of course, I'm still a Jordan fan. But it's just tough. I feel happy to a certain degree that we got 20 years of Kobe.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We got 20. He wasn't killed, in his basketball prime, but I think he was killed in his life prime.
Oh yeah, clearly.
And what he was going to do after basketball, what he's already done, winning an Oscar and all the production stuff he's doing and movies and, books and all those kind of things. I think that's what makes me really feel sad that we're not able to see that, and we're not able to see Gigi go to UConn or the other girls that were on the helicopter who are great athletes as well. So it's just very difficult for me. I don't really have any much more to say to it than that.
Yeah, it's a grieving process for us all, and the tragic thing about it is, of course, it was 9 lives lost, and we all heard about Kobe, and most people thought it was a hoax at first, and then we heard about it. It became to be true, and then the second gut punch was his daughter was on the plane, and that just kind of the bottom kind of fell out with that. And then there was 7 other passengers as well that lost their lives. And Kobe meant a lot to us. We of course watched him from high school.
Yeah.
Go straight to the league. He's one of the last kind of guys who actually did that. Even though LeBron was the one who did that too, but he was in that category. In the top 10, of course, they ever played the game to me. And just watching him grow up as a youngster and maturing into a young man who just, like Chris said, has an awesome future ahead of him in the entertainment world, in the business world. And just to be cut down so quickly like that at 41, it's unsettling, and it's one of the tragic losses of our lifetime. We've witnessed. Yeah.
I was trying to think other losses, Prince or Michael Jackson or some of the people that are pretty much considered the top,
right?
Just the top. And and to me, it wasn't even about basketball with him. I mean, he affected and touched so many people in so many aspects of life outside of sports.
Right.
So like I just read something just last night that he had over 200 Make-A-Wish kids. He was able to fulfill 200 Make-A-Wishes throughout his NBA career, and that's incredible to how many people he affected in a positive way. Right. Now, and I know Kobe was always the one, especially in basketball, the one athlete that people either loved him or hate him.
Right, exactly.
Either loved him or hate him, but you couldn't deny his tenacity. You couldn't deny that Mamba mentality in any way. So, you got anything else?
He definitely got after it on the basketball court. And people had to make game plans just for him, and that's the beauty of the game. We've been watching it for a long time, and he's one of the players that stood out with that. And that's just another aspect of the game that makes it make his life so special.
Right. What do you think was your the thing you remember the most on the court, basketball wise, about Kobe? What do you think?
I remember his battles with Jordan. Even though Jordan was kind of almost pretty much on the exiting end of his career,
right?
But I remember those battles with him. I remember the dunk contest.
Yeah, through the legs.
Through the legs.
Would you rather have had Would you rather have had Kobe 8 or Kobe 24?
I don't relate to the 24. It's kind of weird.
Right.
I still just
so you like Afro Kobe.
I like Afro Kobe in the 8. He was just flying through the air, just banging on people. People get so many good memories of that.
Gwen, my wife asked me the other day, "Do you like which one did you prefer?" And I think Afro number 8 Kobe, because he just didn't care. He was just like, "I'm getting mine. Wicked. I don't care." And it was, of course, pre all the injuries and Achilles and all these kind of things. Yeah, man, it's just a tough situation. It's just rough. The other day, like Carmelo couldn't even play in the game because he just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
He just couldn't do it. So, and I think as we continue to move forward, we're like a week into this now. Continue to move forward. You're going to hear so many incredible things that he's done.
Oh yeah.
When I think about death, especially death of a person who is young, I always question like, I wonder why God would let that happen. And so I've come to the realization at this point in my life that things happen for a reason, and they positively affect other people. Okay. Right. And it's not necessarily some big thing that's going to happen from one person. It could be something really, really small, some really positive love that happens out of this situation.
That's right.
Or that happens a million times over because of how big he was. So I don't have anything else to say.
Piggybacking on that, and that's just now people have learned, and especially Chris is being a dad to a young girl, and it just makes you appreciate life more. You just want to hug your relatives and your loved ones, man. There's no point in carrying these grudges around and these beefs and everything. But he kind of taught us through this, and it kind of brought people together through this tragedy, which tragedies usually do that sometimes.
Right.
But just love one another and love your family and hold them close, man, because you only get this one time to be with them. And you got to make the most of it, man.
Right. Yeah. Tell everybody that you love them.
Right. Right on. All right, let's talk about the All-Star game.
All-Star.
Coming up after the Super Bowl weekends, All-Star flows right on in.
It's Chicago, right?
Yeah, it's Chicago this year.
Okay.
That's the Mecca.
Chi-town.
Yeah, so they're gonna have a lot of things going on in Chicago this week. This coming the weekend of the All-Star, and we talk about the players that made it and the players that did not make it.
So in the East, let's talk about the East starters.
Yeah.
So you got Giannis, Kemba, Embiid, Pascal, and Trey.
Right.
I'm really not digging. I mean, Trey is incredible.
Yeah.
He's averaging 28 points, 29 points a game. But your team is terrible. I mean, they literally are one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah.
And I just can't see. Okay, half of me says all-stars should not be based on how well your team is doing because it's an individual accolade.
Right.
Okay, that's fine. But at some point, you got to say, hold up now. Your team is terrible.
Right.
Okay, so he's my only issue with that starting five. Yeah, from the East.
Yeah, mine too. I mean, I'm in agreement with him being, not the most sought after, but he does some incredible things. I really think we'll talk about the snubs in a minute, I guess.
You're right.
But with the Trae Young, his team is.
I would have definitely thrown Jimmy Butler into the starting lineup.
Definitely. I mean, a lot of folks would agree with that too because Jimmy Butler's doing things with his squad and they're making a run than the Hawks are.
So let's talk about the West starters. So we got LeBron, we have Harden, Luka, Anthony Davis, and also Kawhi Leonard.
Right.
I don't have any problem with any of those dudes.
That's almost a set in stone type lineup.
That's a given. This might be the starting lineup for the next 3 years.
Yeah, at least until LeBron retires.
Right. So I don't really have any issues. Keep it moving. So the East reserves.
Right.
So tell me about those. The East reserves.
We're gonna go that. We talk about the snubs, or we talk about the East reserves.
The East reserves. The East reserves. So you got
Jimmy,
Benny, Tatum, Chris Middleton, Bam, Kyle Lowry, and Sabonis.
Right. I like that. Sabonis is like kind of like the wild card pick in that one. Like I said, Jimmy Buckets definitely should have been on the starting end of that. Jason Tatum is definitely in consideration. He's going to be an all-star coming from years to come. So he's coming.
Right.
I like that reserve list. But like I said, Jason Tatum is my favorite in that particular
list. I'm gonna take Benny as my favorite right now. And since Embiid went out, now he just came back. Benny is flat out balling.
Yeah, but Jason Tatum caught him last night, caught him with the cross and just banged on him.
Right. But,
which happens to everybody.
Right, but I just love to see what he's doing now because he needs that space. So the West reserves. Right. So we have Lillard, we have Rudy Gobert, Chris Paul, Westbrook. I don't have any really issues with much of these guys. They're all, without a doubt. The problem with snubs and starters or reserves is that if you say, okay, this person needs to get in, And somebody's got to come out.
Right.
There's only 12 spots.
Yeah, unless you add some spots to that roster, which I think it should be a good 13, 14 spots.
But then you devalue All-Star. You devalue the fact that you're an All-Star. 9 times out of 10, though, a couple of these snubs that we're about to talk about are going to get in because somebody's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, or they're not going to feel like playing, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
So that might happen. So let's talk about the snubs. Who do you think are the biggest snubs for 2020 All-Star?
Oh, clearly the biggest ones for the East, of course, is Bradley Beal.
On a team that's terrible.
But look, if you look at the individual stats, the most he has the 4th most 30-point games out of anybody coming into this season from last season. Only people ahead of him are Giannis.
But we're talking about
Harden,
this season.
And I mean,
we're talking about this.
We're talking about this season, but he's coming. I mean, from rolling in, even going into the season, I think he's averaged about 29, close to 30 points. Yeah.
He's averaging like 28, 29 right now.
Yeah, but I mean, to see what he's doing for the Wizards, even though the Wizards are terrible, I hate to say that. You know, I did predict they're going to the playoffs. They might make a playoff run push after the All-Star game. No.
No, they're not.
Champagne dreams and caviar wishes,
That's
buddy.
about it.
Yeah,
that's about it.
But I think him and John Morant would definitely get the fan vote.
Oh, no doubt.
Fan vote.
I think in the West, man, Booker, man, it's just like Booker's one of the best players in the league that nobody ever talks about because he plays for Phoenix. You know, Booker played for the Knicks.
Yeah,
he would be like everything, but he's just it's kind of like he's wasting his career away playing for Phoenix. It's sad.
It's sad because guys like that, like especially John Morant and Devin Booker and the Phoenix, they don't get a lot of TV time.
Right.
And I think that plays a role into it. You know, I mean, even the Bradley Beal on the West Coast, you don't see the Cats out there and the Wizards playing a lot unless they're playing the Clippers or whatever. But the TV market is set up to such for the Knicks and the Lakers and the Clippers,
the big money markets
are going to get those players and get the exposure.
That's right. So Fat Boy came back last week. Big boy.
Po boy.
Big boy. Mr. Zion came back last week. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, if Zion was playing from the beginning of the season, he would be starting in the All-Star game because of the fact that, you know, he's probably the most popular player in the league right now. You know, without a doubt. If you're based on popularity, and that's the only reason why Trey is starting, because he's extraordinarily popular.
Very much so.
So if Zion had been playing from the beginning, he would be starting. And I think that, you know, to me, he's balling as well. I mean, he's averaging about 20 points a game right now, and it seems like his stock is going up. You know, kind of thing.
He's doing that on limited minutes.
Yeah.
So you can imagine if he's going full tilt, he's probably going to be averaging 25, 10, and 5 a game.
Right.
You know, and he will be doing that in the next couple of years. And he's a perennial All-Star coming up, as well as John Morant.
Right.
But the Bradley Beal thing is disheartening because it's I don't know where that came from because even though you do because of team situation, but his numbers, man, his numbers are astronomical.
He has all-star numbers.
Yeah, but
his team is terrible. Yeah. If Bradley Beal played for Portland, if Bradley Beal played for Dallas, you know, even a decent team, 500 team, they're way below 500. Even if he played on a decent team, he would be in.
They play hard though, man. They do play hard.
Right. He actually, if he played on a decent team, he might even be starting over Kemba.
Wow, that's right. I can see that. If
I mean, he might be, but guess what? He's not.
Man,
so
he's made the commitment to the Wizards, man.
Right.
So, you know, they need to stand behind him and make sure they build that team up around him.
Yeah. So that's what we have. I think the All-Star game is going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to the rookie sophomore game because Zion's going to have 14 dunks. And
there's going to be no defense played in that.
There's going to be no defense. and Ja's going to do some freaky, crazy, wacky stuff. And those guys are on the same team.
Oh, man.
So it's going to be Ja to Zion, Zion to Ja. All that, it's going to be out of control. But then again, Luka should be coming back from his ankle injury.
Right.
He should be playing in it as well. And so it should be cool. It should be really, really cool. Yeah. I think it's awesome.
We'll see what happens, man.
We'll see what happens. Yeah. So that is the All-Star 2020 Shot-Town. All right, right back at you, another kick time. And we're going MJ, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, especially since the All-Star game is in Chicago.
All right.
So tell me about those Jordans, Mark.
Well, right on. We got another Tinker Hatfield shoe today. And this is the Air Jordan 3 Retro Unite.
Woo-wee.
Yeah, man. This is from back in. This is said to be Jordan's favorite model of the Air Jordan, actually.
Okay.
But it was the first Jordan that had the Nike Air on the back. as you can see that,
Wow.
which they some of the later replaced it in some of the shoes with the Jumpman.
Okay.
But they just kind of moved the Jumpman to the tongue here.
Okay.
And
Are these tongues reflective?
these are not.
Okay.
Some of the ones on the Jordan 5s are.
Right.
But this particular one's not.
Okay.
And yeah, man, he wore this in the he didn't wear this color, but he wore this shoe in the '88 dunk contest.
Right. Right.
So that's what it's more famous for. And then Spike Lee did the Mars Blackman commercials
With these.
with the Jordan 3s.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Of course they've spiced it up a little bit for the All-Star weekend in Chicago. Gave
Tell
it a
me
red
about
version.
this print right here.
Yeah, the elephant print was all designed. This was designed with Jordan in mind and with Tinker Hatfield.
Okay.
It gives it kind of a grungy jungle feel to
Right,
me. I don't
right.
know what the meaning was, but it was Tinker Hatfield put that in there, and then
Right.
Jordan approved it. So, but it comes on the black cements.
Okay.
They have the same elephant print on there as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. These.
How you like it, man?
I'm down with these a lot.
You would?
I mean,
what would you wear this with, man?
I mean, just a pair of jeans,
Yeah,
and just let it ride, man. But these are super cool.
Yeah.
I like them. I love the fact, I wish we had like the sniff or the feel television, so
would
you
be
could
great.
actually see and feel the leather on these.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
really, really rich.
Really rich.
I do like the elephant print. I think it's kind of cool. These still have the little air in them, which I think is really.
That's one of the
it's
first
kinda
ones to
cool.
have that little air pocket.
The air pocket, yeah. So I think that's cool. I like them. I really do. No issues with any Jordans right now.
Right now, they have another version of this that has the Shy on the back, and those are going to be exclusive to Chicago
Of course.
during the All-Star weekend. So definitely going to try and get our hands on that so we can bring
Right.
you guys the review on that one.
Okay, super cool.
So once again,
So these are what?
these are the Air Jordan 3 Retros Unite.
Boom. Well, thanks for watching this episode. My name is Chris.
Hey, my name is Mark.
Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit us up also on Instagram at the ISO Swiss Show. That's the ISO Swiss Show. And just remember, this was a tough week for everybody, not just in sports. We're going to move on. We're going to keep pushing. We're going to keep grinding. And we're going to keep moving.
Hug your loved ones, baby. Hug your loved ones.
That's all I can tell you. Hug your loved ones.
Yes.
Well, look, we got to roll, but it's been great. My name is Chris.
Hey, my name is Mark.
And
we're the ISO Swiss Show, and we are out.